Hassan Younesi, one of Navid Afkari's lawyers, announced on Monday, September 15, that 30 people had been sentenced to death. More than 30 people are currently on death row, Mr. Younesi wrote on Twitter to critics calling for public information on the situation of those sentenced to death. "We are waiting to see what they do." Navid Afkari, an Iranian wrestler arrested in the wake of the August 1997 protests, was twice sentenced to death for the murder of a security guard, but a wave of protests erupted after his audio recording of him being tortured inside prison was released. His sentence was formed. However, while his new lawyers were trying to persuade the victim's family to save his life, the judiciary carried out his death sentence without prior notice or even without the presence of the victim's family. According to Babak Pakunia, Hassan Younesi's lawyer, Navid Afkari's last contact with his family was at 11:30 p.m. on the night of the execution, but no information is available about what happened after that call until several hours after he was executed. Navid Afkari's execution sparked a wave of protests and outrage on social media and provoked widespread international reactions, but the judiciary said the pressure had no effect on its performance. In his Twitter message, Mr. Younesi quoted 30 people as continuing to speak about the cases of political defendants, but did not provide further details about these cases. Currently, 3 protesters in November 1998, Amir Hossein Moradai, Mohammad Rajabi, and Saeed Tamjidi, are on death row, but their execution was suspended due to a wave of virtual protests with the hashtag #DoNotExecute. In this regard, Babak Pakunia, the lawyer of the 3 death row inmates, announced today that he has submitted his latest defense bill to the Office of the President of the Supreme Court. On August 4, the Human Rights Organization of Iran published 2 pages of court documents related to 5 protesters detained in Isfahan on January 30, 1996, announcing that the death sentences of the 5 had been issued and finalized. According to the report, Mehdi Salihi Kali Sharakai, Mohammad Bastami, Majid Nazari Kandari, Hadi Kiani, and Abbas Mohammadi are 5 people who have been sentenced to death on charges such as moharaba and corruption on earth. During the popular protests from December 1996 to November 1998, which resulted in the deaths of hundreds of people by direct fire from police and security officials, thousands were detained in various cities in Iran, some of whom were sentenced to long prison terms and death.